This particular aircraft engine here is a French-built Rotary Gnome, designed in about 1909. It's a 9-cylinder rotary. By that I mean the actual crankshaft stays still and the cylinders rotate. It was a major step forward in aviation history, I suppose, in those early days when engines were liquid cooled or they were air cooled, but the metallurgy of the day meant that the front of the cylinders were very cool, the backs were very hot, and you used to have continual problems with them. So when the French brought out this engine that rotated itself, it solved all those problems because the cylinders were rotating and being cooled off nicely. One of the unique things about this, I suppose, and you most probably have seen some of the World War I movies with the biplanes flying around and they're flipping the throttle and the engine cut in and out. You might have thought that was a bit of poetic licence, but it's actually how you control the speed of the engine. It doesn't have a carburetor or an off valve. The propeller provided the load on the engine and it used to rev at around 1200 RPM, and for that you've got about 100 horsepower. The only way of controlling the speed was to turn the ignition off, so that's why you used to hear them go on and off. We won't get anywhere near that speed today. We let it run over probably 100, 150 revs we hear that we use the ignition just to turn it on and off, but it gives you a bit of an idea of what it used to sound like. Probably the other interesting thing about this engine is it's what they call a constant loss oil system. It was lubricated by castor oil, which was the only oil in those days that would stand up to the punishments of an air-cooled engine. And once it had been even lubricated the engine, it used to come out the exhaust valve or leak out past the push rods because there's no seals anywhere in the engine, and fly back over the pilot. If you know what castor oil usually is used for, the pilots used to be fairly regular, I was told. A few specs on it, it's what have we got here? It's a 100mm bore and about 150mm stroke, which gives it about 12 litre capacity.
12 litres?
Put off as much as I can to try and start it, I suppose.
It's huge.
In the actual aircraft, the starting procedure of these things is pretty good. It's about half a page long. It tells you to turn the fuel on until you see it run out of the bottom cylinder. Then pull the propeller through a few times and hit the ignition and it will run. It's not quite that simple. I think they had a bit of, maybe they had a different way of starting it than what we did. This particular engine came out of a float plane. We were quite fortunate that it's got a starting gear on the back, so we had to make our own hand starter, but we can actually crank it from behind, which is a little bit more safe. So what we'll try and do is see if we go.
If this is a bit temperamental, you've got to remember it's 101 years old. I reckon I'd be temperamental then.
Oh, need a new guy. Yeah, who needs to go to a gym?
Nearly.
Yeah, they got to get warmed up.